Hey everybody, how we doing? Out here in the front shop, quote unquote, front yard. And I think we're going to do some work on the 41SC today. I'd like to get the carburetor installed, the air cleaner installed, and the magneto installed. We also have to pull off this homemade oil filter contraption. Originally in 1941, these didn't come with oil filters on them. They just had the screen on the other side of the oil pan, the pickup screen. And we're going to pull that off. We got to get some galley plugs for this port here. And then, let's see. This oil line, we'll probably replace that oil line. We've got a new set of gauges. Not going to do anything with gauges or wiring today, but the goal is pull off the oil filter assembly, get a plug for that, install the magneto, install the carburetor and the air cleaner. And carburetor is actually right here. I don't know who rebuilt that, but they did a nice job. And I have the choke rod up here. This isn't the, I don't think this is the factory choke rod. If it is, then somebody welded a, I guess you could say a knob, welded a knob on the end of it. But it could be the factory one, I guess. They just changed the end that's on it. But in order to install that, we have to put the dash back on. So we're going to wait on that. The hood and the fuel tank I've just got set on here right now because I actually want to take that off so that I can take the grill off and try to straighten out some of these grill fins. And then this side here is kind of caved in a little bit. I'll try to straighten that out. This side's a little caved in. I'll try to straighten that out. Got a dent here and then a dent on the top. So we'll try to knock some of those out, but no guarantees, but hopefully we can make it look a little bit better. And that's not going to be tonight. That's just a future project. But yeah, let's get started. First things first. Oh, one other thing. Somebody had kind of bent the linkage that goes from the carburetor to the governor rod. It should just have one bend in it, and this thing has been played with multiple times. So we're going to pull this off quick, and I'll show you what it should look like. We'll make sure that our length is correct between the 2 points, and that should be about it. So we'll pull this off, pull the oil filter off, and then we'll start putting things back together as far as the carburetor and magneto and air cleaner go. So let's get started. Okay guys, got the oil filter off. This thing had just a conglomeration of fittings on it. I can't even tell you. I mean, there's a fitting here, there's 2 fittings here, there's 4 fittings there, 2 different pipes. This hose. Your hand? Yeah, that's my hand. There's a fitting on the end of this hose. I mean, this thing was just all cobbled together. I don't have a clue what this is off of. Is there a hand? It does have case orange on it, but I'm not sure exactly what it's for. Yeah, you see my hand? Yeah. Okay, let's go work on the tractor. No, I can't. So that's done. I'll show you guys what we did here temporarily, just until we start working on gauges and everything. But I've got a pipe plug here in the side of the block, and then I just temporarily put one here because this is where the gauge is going to be plumbed into for the oil pressure gauge, or the line I should say. So the line's going to go from here back to the dash back here. Still have to get the mag on it, and right now I'm going to work on getting the carburetor on it. I reformed the linkage. This is how the linkage should look. This thing had been bent kind of like a zigzag shaped here, and then it was zigzagged this way. like back towards the engine block. So did that, cleaned up the threads, cleaned up the ball and socket ends. Got new nuts on there, jam nuts for the ball and sockets. So let's go ahead and here, I'll put you guys right here maybe, so you can see what we're doing. But this first ball and socket end goes where the governor rod comes across behind the water pump here. And it's not really the easiest thing to get to. And you guys won't be able to see because my hand is in the way, but what's up, Bubba? What's up? And the generator is going to be coming off too because we're going to put a alternator on this. Okay, hold on. Here, hold on.
I want to play eggs.
You want to play eggs?
Yeah.
Okay, we can play eggs when we go back in. Daddy's just got to work on this, okay? You want to help me?
Yeah.
Okay. You can help me in just a couple minutes, okay? Daddy will give you a couple wrenches and you can help.
Right there?
Yeah, you want to help right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lala. Lala.
It's kind of a tedious spot to be in as far as getting these ball and socket ends
Dad.
threaded into both the governor arm and the carburetor. But what, Bubba?
Ew.
So now that we got the here, hold on. Now that we got the one end of the governor arm on, we can thread it into the throttle end here. Here, you want to help me? Watch.
Yeah.
Watch. Here, Daddy's got to use his other hand. I can't do anything left-handed.
Look. Look.
Yep, hold on. Okay, Daddy's got to get a wrench, okay? Hold on. It's easier to connect this when it's not bolted to the manifold. It just gives you a lot more room to work. Oops. Okay. Here, hold on. No, that doesn't go in there. Okay.
I want more one.
There's the carburetor into place with the gasket. Oh, don't push, please. Thank you. Here, watch.
Is there a button?
Yep, that's the carburetor. You say carburetor?
Carburetor.
Yep, carburetor. Okay, ready? You want to help me? Okay. Nope, use this one right here. Pull it this way. Pull. There you go. Okay, again. Do it again. Yep. One more time. Keep going. Pull, pull, pull. Pull, pull, pull. Okay, again. Pull, pull, pull. Okay. Again, pull. Pull, pull, pull. Okay, now do this one. This way, like that, okay? You want to push it? Or you want Daddy to do it?
I do.
Okay, Daddy will do it. So all the way forward should be idle. And then all the way back is full throttle. You don't have any binding there, so that's good. Which means I can tighten my jam nuts on the
Look here. Look here.
on the ball and socket end. Uh-oh. You popped that one off.
Look that.
Here, hold on.
No.
There we go. Now, since I've got an SC sitting here,
Right there.
instead of messing around and trying to figure out lengths and everything, I just held this up to my other SC rod and made it approximately close. So just snug those jam nuts up. Should be good to go there. I'm going to put a piece of tape over the fuel inlet on there so that if it does rain we don't get any fuel in there, because I'm not going to be connecting the line. Although I probably could just thread it into place here just to keep the rain out of it. Probably not a bad idea, but I'm going to clean up the threads on everything first. So, all right, back to the wire wheel. I'll be back. All right, I've got the the fuel line in place, cleaned it up, wire wheeled it all, and go ahead and throw the air cleaner on here. See if I can, whoa. I really didn't want to do it this way, but might have to here. Okay. Put that piece on last. Now there's 4 bolts on the back side of the air cleaner. They are a 3/8 24. And I dropped the washer, but that's okay because we only had one of the 4 washers anyways. So let me go hunt for some washers. Okay. Now the front side, where this tube goes in, there's this little S tube here. It goes from the air cleaner down to the carburetor. That can be a challenging piece. That's why I leave this air cleaner loose, because it seems to be probably the most difficult to get in place. And it's a bit of trial and error. It's always best to just leave everything loose on this. The 41 air cleaners, by the way, are unique in that S-tube design. The later models have it's like a boxed in tube that they have, and it's welded to the front, so the only hose you need is the piece that connects to the carburetor. So I don't know if it's any easier to put them on, but it's definitely a design change, something unique to the 41s. And that one is not wanting to thread in, so we'll just connect these three, and you may have to go without a washer on the bottom one. Let's try it here. Mosquitoes are still bad out here. Here we are in the middle of the day. Usually they're not bad until, you know, sun up or dusk. But they are terrible, and I've sprayed my yard twice with bug spray, you know, the off yard spray. They are all over my ankles, that's why I'm dancing around here. Okay. And do you think I would put any bug spray on? No. Okay, so when you're done, almost done rather, it should look something like that. So, like I said, the earlier style SC, or earlier style 41 SCs had this S-tube intake pipe that goes from the air cleaner to the carburetor. Later models had just a boxed in tube, and then there was one connection that came straight off of the air cleaner. So, now all we got to do is put the air stack on, which goes through the, hold on a minute. We're going to leave that off for now. Gonna leave that off. I've got a replacement one that actually is a little bit nicer anyhow, but just like that. So I think this is actually off of an S model, if I remember correctly, which it's fine, it'll work. It's just not technically correct, but it'll work for what we're using it for right now. So it's all done. Air cleaner's on, carburetor's on, with the exception of the choke rod and possibly making a new fuel line. So now we can move on to, I'm going to put clamps on this, guys, don't worry. But now we can move on to the magneto.